a 7-minute workout using this app, and I met mostly of my activity goals for the day. The red circle is the calories burned. The blue one in the middle is idle, like standing. You have to stand for however many minutes per hour through the day. And then the green one is the actual workout where your heart rate is above in the cardio range. So I'm not sure I'll ever make it that far to get that all the way around because of the high blood pressure and the asthma, but we'll get there one day, maybe. So I also downloaded, oh, there's my squeeze, so pretty. I also downloaded this 7-minute workout app. This is from Johnson & Johnson. And then this is Pocket Yoga. And what's really fun about these three is that the next circuit or pose or whatever shows up on the watch. So you can see it without having to look up or get your phone. So I can start a workout here. The phone will announce it, and I can check my watch for the pose or whatever to make sure that I understand what I'm doing. But there's my Remus. Let's talk about him some more. Hey, buddy. If he's not underneath me while I'm doing these workout things like the planks and the downward facing dogs or whatever, he's in his box. So the one good thing that came out of the Stitch Fix. Yeah. So I've been reading a lot about urinary problems in kitties after Remus's big blockage. So the food the vet put him on is the vet brand. Really it's the vet brand. It's like Royal Canin or Canon or whatever it's called. And every food they've ever recommended me has been that brand. And I'm sure that they feel in their hearts it's the best thing. But reading the ingredients on it, it's all chemical. Like, it's nothing but chemical. And what they put him on after I said that, we finally got his breakouts cleared up because we got him on a food that was limited ingredient. It didn't have chicken or fish or byproduct of either one of those things. And his stomach cleared up. But his poo was black as tar and very, very smelly because of it. And then maybe after being on it for, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, that's when he got the blockage. And I'm pretty positive it was that particular brand of food because not only did it change his poo, but it changed his, got him blocked. So rash came back after we put him on the fancy urinary food from the Royal Canin or whatever. I was like, he can't live like this. He can't be itchy and disgusting and uncomfortable all the time. And I realized that the urinary blockage thing is a life-threatening thing. But at the same time, the cat's gotta live, he's gotta be comfy, bless his heart. So then they put him on this hydrogenized protein diet that is nothing, which is the leading ingredient is chicken, which is something he's allergic to. And when I asked the vet about it, they said that it's so broken down, it's not an allergen anymore. Which makes me really uncomfortable for him and his little system. He's right there, that's why I keep looking at him. Makes me really uncomfortable for him and his little system. So I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of reading, and most of what I find says switch them to a canned diet without grain and without fish, because fish can be an irritant to bladders and grain can be an irritant to bladders. So great, he's allergic to fish, so that's perfect. So and I don't want to give him grain anyway because cats don't eat grain in the wild. You don't see them munching on wheat. Right. So I'm gonna slowly switch him over to a canned food diet with like a few sprinklings of a hard, like a crunchy food, dry food, as like a treat, not as something that he just gets in the morning for breakfast anymore. So now, I'm really worried about him blocking again because that was an experience I never ever want to have again. That poor cat, he went through a lot. I went through a lot with the catheter and the IVs, and that poor boy, I never heard anything so horrible in my whole life as when he screamed when they pulled him out of his carrier with all his catheters and stuff. So I'm never doing that again. So since I'm worried about that, I went ahead and picked up this stuff. It's a little powder that goes over the litter, and it changes color if his pH balance goes above or below where it should be. So it turns purple if it goes above 7, and it turns yellow if it goes below 6. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that as an indicator to try to help prevent something like that. I'm also gonna really watch his poo, because I think that was the first thing that was definitely the first thing that changed, and that was almost instant. So if this new food changes his poo, we're talking a lot about poo today. If this new food changes his poo, I'll go back to just the, you know, the vet food until I figure out what we're doing. So for the dry food, we're gonna try this Natural Balance limited ingredient duck and green pea formula. And that'll be a gradual switch over, because you can't just switch a cat. You gotta do it carefully, otherwise they get sick. And for his canned food, we're gonna try venison and green pea, same brand, and duck and green pea, again, same brand. And eventually we'll get him on a bigger can in the morning and a bigger can at night. And then just a smattering of dry food during the day is like a treat for when he hollers and runs to his food bowl. You see? I'm standing really close to his food bowl. That's why he's sitting right here at my feet, because he thinks he's gonna get some noms. For his treats, I'm gonna continue on giving him this lamb liver freeze-dried treat. It's just lamb liver. There's nothing else in here. It is pure lamb liver. So there's nothing else in there. There are no preservatives, no nothing. It's just lamb liver, which is really nice. Smells terrible, but it's nothing that I need to worry about. So I am nervously optimistic that this is gonna be the fix for him to get his tummy back in order and to keep him from getting blocked. And I am debating whether or not I wanna call the vet and just let them know up front, this is what I'm doing, guys. I'm sorry, but I gotta do what my gut tells me to do. And my gut tells me that chemicals aren't helping him. I mean, obviously his tummy is getting worse, even with the steroids, and I don't want him living on steroids for the rest of his life. That's why he's so fat. You're not fat, buddy. I'm sorry. You're not fat. So, and it's the steroids' fault. It's not his fault. And so I'm gonna switch him over, and we're gonna see if we can get him off the steroids, get his tummy clean, and keep his urinary tract flowing with all of this green pea ducky stuff. So that was my big, I also got a litter genie. Litter genie. So we went to visit Ma'am in Charleston, and Ma'am had a litter genie for her kitty, and it looked really neat. So we're gonna give that a shot and see how that works, because currently I scoop the litter obviously, you know, usually twice a day. At least, you know, always at night after I give him dinner, but usually twice a day, and whenever I'm in there and see something in there. So it gets cleaned out really regularly, especially since I work from home. It makes it a lot easier. But I put them in little quart-sized baggies and then throw them in the trash. And I go through a lot of baggies, which is bad for the environment, especially since his litter is flushable. But I'm nervous about flushing it because, as you know, the pipes in my house are a little sensitive. So I don't want to risk that, because that'll be really expensive if something happens. So I'm gonna give the litter genie thing a shot and see how that works. So I think that's all that happened today. It was a lot of work. It'll be a lot of work tomorrow, and I've got a rheumatologist appointment on Friday, and then I'm working from home Friday afternoon. I'm also going to see the pulmonary guy, the asthma doctor, on Friday as well, because my lungs just aren't getting any better. So we're gonna give that a shot as well and see where we go. Yeah. So that was, I don't even know what today is. Wednesday. Crushed it. Woot. I got my first fan mail, like my first real fan mail by like a total stranger. It's very exciting. She, oh, come out. Look at it. It's so pretty. She was so sweet. There's a really nice note in there about her 2 kids and that she watches the vlogs, and I'm so tickled. And she sent me little tiny squirrel paper clips. I cannot wait to put those on all the things. Look at that. Can you see them? Look at that. She signed it Sweetness and Light, which is my which is my sign off as well. So thank you so much, Sarah in Texas. I am gonna save that forever, quite literally forever. That's getting saved. That is the most amazing thing. I can't, I'm so, thank you. Thank you so much. Anthropologie sent me a tiny little treat for the new year. And I don't know if it's because I am a member of their anthro club card thing or whatever, I'm not sure. But look at this, it's so cute. It's a tiny little owl and I can sew on his little button eyes, and they even give me a little needle and thread. So precious, I love it.
to a bar parrot, way different. A bar parrot couldn't catch a fish that big, no way. And now.
Oh. Eee. I just left the rheumatologist and passing FIMU headquarters actually. I just left the rheumatologist and have received a diagnosis of fibromyalgia. Yay! I might have actually cried in the doctor's office, and I'm not really sure why, because fibromyalgia, of all the things that could be wrong with me, fibromyalgia is not bad. It's like, it's not gonna shorten my life, it's not gonna, you know, it's not that bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not like world-ending bad. It's, like I said, it's not gonna end my life, it's not gonna deteriorate my body. It's because my nerves and everything are overactive, and they think there's pain there when there is not pain. Anyway, I have a lot of literature to read about it and see what to do. Not many treatment options, surprise. We are going to try the smallest dose possible of a muscle relaxer to help me get good sleep at night, because I'm awake all the time, restless because of the pain. The pain wakes me up, I have to move, and then I fall asleep for like 45 minutes to an hour. And all that was confirmed by that Fitbit when I was wearing the Fitbit when I slept. I mean, my activity throughout the night was like, I didn't get a single I didn't get a single hour that didn't have active restlessness. So that's a thing. Let's see what else. Oh, and I have the knees of a professional football player. He actually asked me, have I ever played professional sports? I was like, nope. So he's got x-rays going on to find out where all the particular breakdown is before he goes any further with treatment options there. What will probably happen is cortisone shots to the knee to sort of rebuild that broken tissue. But he said they were as bad as some of the pro athletes he's seen, if not worse. So, hooray! At least I'm not imagining that, right? Right. So I'm gonna go get a Frappuccino because I feel like I have earned it, and Frappuccino because I've earned it, and then drop off this giant plastic bag that's been riding around the back of my car for a week at Goodwill, and I'm gonna go home and go to work because that's what I do. And if Ramus would move his tail. No, but that's so sweet. Poor little buddy. Yeah, Remus is more interested in getting food. He's on a paper towel.
Go, 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 go!
So yesterday, Sunday, P and I went to see the Xinyang traditional Chinese dance show.
And the dancing was beautiful. It was well executed. I mean, the costumes were a little bedazzled for me. I expected actual traditional productions of dance and Chinese, you know, of Chinese dance. I didn't get that so much, but I mean, it was very pretty. They threw in a couple of songs there about science being the devil and atheism being whatever. They had a couple of songs in there that made me a little uncomfortable, and they had a couple of numbers in there that were clearly agenda-based about a particular type of meditation, which also made me a little bit uncomfortable. But that being said, it was really nice. It was really good. Anyway, and then we went to get sushi, and we went to 3 different sushi places before we finally found one that was open. Apparently, sushi places are now closed on Sundays. Who knew? Not me. But we finally found one in town, in our town, that well, my town, not his town. He lives in Decatur. My town, that worked out really well and was really good. I had never been there before, and they put the sushi out on a little boat. And I had never had sushi on a boat before, because typically boat sushi is reserved for large parties and massive quantities of sushi, but it was a little boat. It was really cute. Insert boat here. Excellent. So that was that, and then we got home about 8, and I promptly fell asleep on the sofa and did not wake up, did not even hear P leave. I did not wake up until about midnight, 12:30, and then stumbled my way into bed. Paris had left a note that he had fed the cat and left the house, so what are you gonna do? Right, so now I am getting breakfast because I have zero desire to cook breakfast this morning, and I really want a sweet tea because I really want one. So that was my week. Encourage each other with sweetness and light, and I will see you next Sunday.